Good day, gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. So, this is a little different, isn't it? What basically happened was, a week ago, this Rust store, it was delayed. It didn't come out on a Thursday. No, it ended up coming out on a Friday. Face Punch was a little busy. They had some problems, and the Rust store eventually came out on the Friday instead. Now, because of that, all of the abnormal skins did not come out, and I actually have a little video referencing that right here, figuring out prices, because no abnormals this week. There were abnormals, but the problem is because it was delayed by a day, there's a special different thing that happens, and that is, we've just had the Rust store rotate today. As you can see, we've got the new skins here, very nice batch of skins. But the main thing I'm trying to get across is, because last week's skins were delayed, we are now going to see all 9 of these skins all appear at the same time. They are all going to become marketable at midnight UK time right here. Now, this delay thing could happen any other time of the year, so it might be midnight today, but if it happened at any other time of the year, it could have happened and they would all appear at 1 o'clock in the morning. Depends on the time zones and the daylight savings and whatnot. But yeah, the point made is all 9 of these skins are going to become marketable. They didn't appear when the Rust store rotated. No, they are going to appear all together in a bit. So with 9 skins to chase after, we have to figure out, okay, what are you going to focus? You've got to strategize right now. You've got to get your links nice and ready. Basically, what I did was I just used SEMM. I just clicked Marketplace and wha-bam, there you go. So that's all there. That's nice and helpful. I have organized mine nicely. I am focusing skins that I think, I think most people are going to be chasing after the Abyss Furnace and the Sheet Metal Door. I personally am going to chase after my beloved Thompson skins because I feel like they're a better option. I feel like that personally would be the better thing to chase after, thinking in the long term, basically. So that's what I'm going to go after. And I know, because most people are going to be chasing after the Abyss Furnace and the Sheet Metal Door, I have a better chance of potentially being the fastest person to get a buy order down. That's what I'm saying. So, just a nice little thing. So, yep, these are the newest skins. Say hello to them. And we are 20 seconds away. So, chat, I hope you're all nice and ready. I did warn you several times today. Make sure that you have your links nice and ready. Oh, can I just make sure that everything's working on this side as well? Zoom out a little bit. Okay. And over to here again once more. And here we are. Ta-da! Come on, Thompson, come on, Thompson, come on, Thompson, come on. There we go, there you go. Hey, everything went as just as expected. I don't want to buy 787. That was a mistake. There we are. And the sheet metal door. Hello. You know what? I'm going to do this. Slightly lower price. Then we got the kilts. So we did discuss prices yesterday. Kilt, if we do get that tier 3, people are going to want to chase after this, but I'm going to do the lower price first. I'm going to request 50. Now with the other ones, I'm going to do a cheaper price. And there you have it. The Great Chase. This was the awkward one, wasn't it? This was the awkward one. Do I want to take a look at the things here first, then make a consideration? I think I'm going to go like 7.6. And then Deep Jungle AR. Well, no one's even got it. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to skip ahead and we'll talk about the Biodor support afterwards. So let's just skip ahead. Right guys, so it's been about 7 minutes since the Biodor's obviously happened. Now one thing that I do want to get across is, this isn't common knowledge that these skins were about to appear at this time. In fact, this is the reason for the video itself. This is the reason for the video. So if this ever happens in the future, you now know how, you understand how this works. So this was cool, this was nice, and you might be a bit surprised to see why there's fairly low Biodor amounts, but pretty much everyone in my stream was pretty much the only people that were aware of, well, this was going to happen, so we were good. Alright, so let's go take a look at all of these skins, see their support, and make considerations for their future. Alright, starting off with the Luna Thompson, the skin I focused first. This was a $2.49 skin, and I did mention how Thompsons tend to be very reliable. I do expect this to go below its Rust store price at some point, but when we hit post-Christmas time, several months later, that right there Wouldn't be surprised if it doubles in price. Like, that happens quite regularly with Thompsons in January time. So I bought 150 just because I needed to buy something. That's what I did. And the buy order support going all the way up to $2. It's okay. That's fine. This only sold like 12,000. So I think it's going to be doing all right. And with Luna still getting skins accepted, I think this is only going to be much more comfortable. And you get the idea. So this is looking perfectly fine. It only has 754 buy orders. But the bulk of the buy orders, as you can see, all around $1, slightly above, and then it goes all the way up into around $2. So, will this hold up as time goes on? Near enough around the price that it sold for, but yeah, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Okay, so then we move on to the Abyss Furnace with a little bit more buy orders. Now, as I said, I focused the Thompson because I knew loads of people would be focusing the likes of this and the other deplorable that we're about to talk about, but let's focus the Abyss Furnace right now. This was also a $2.49. No, this was a $3.49 skin, wasn't it? No, was it $2? Do you know what I need to do? I need to go over to here. Here we are. This was a $2.49 skin. So yeah, as you can see, SCMM now can track prices. If you recall earlier, it didn't have anything to show because obviously they weren't there, but we refreshed and here they are. So this was a $2.49 skin. So back over to here. Yep. Buy orders looking fairly okay. Bulk of the buy orders are above $1, so that's okay. We were a little bit cautious about the idea of there potentially being oversaturation, but as I have said, the likes of the Dragonhorn Furnace were probably the best thing to go to follow. Dragonhorn Furnace did go below its rust or price when times are bad, but when times are good, pretty much almost doubled in price. So this, in the future, will we be seeing more Abyss skins being accepted? Will this bounce back? I'm pretty sure yes, we will. So things are looking pretty nice for this. Okay, so buy orders only really going up to about $2. That's fine. That's fine. As I said, I'm not going to be surprised at all if this does go below its rust ore price at some point. But as we have said, this is to be expected. And then, yeah, you get it. So we'll bounce back up. 900 plus buy orders. That's okay. I'm happy with that. Yeah, cool. Let's move on to sheet metal door. Now, we were very cautious about this one, weren't we? Because, it's, related to the stone door, and we thought, is this going to end up exactly like the stone door? At the moment, I don't think we're going to be able to spot anything like that. We'd have to keep an eye on this. We'd have to keep an eye and see if someone randomly buys out all of these and pumps it up to $10. But one thing I will point out to you is this skin has only just become marketable and is already 100 plus on the Steam market. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Yeah, but will it be pumped exactly like that stone door? I don't know, but we'll have to look at this again in about, give it a, maybe like a day or two. See how the behaviour has been, and if we can clearly see it, we'll mention it. But yep, bulk of buy orders all around just over $1. Then you've got a decent amount here at $2. Will it hold up? We shall see. Will we see the exact same behaviour of the likes of the stone door? Again, we're just going to have to wait and see. Over 1,000 requests to buy. That's doing okay at the moment. But, it's only just appeared. And with the amount that's it's climbed up, it's 119 now. 119. Oh, dear. So maybe there's too many. Right. We have the Firefly sleeping bag. I also mentioned yesterday how sleeping bags, glow-in-the-dark ones to be precise, can be very beneficial to us, and they can be very helpful. In your base at night time, if you're in the early stages of your base, you will not have the likes of light sources and electricity set up, so that can be a problem. But glow-in-the-dark deplorables, like a sleeping bag, can help you navigate around your base. Very helpful to have. So, what I'm going to sit here and say is, this right here, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes below its rust or price. Yes, I went all over this already. Yeah, buy orders aren't matching up to its price. This was a $2.49 sleeping bag. My buy order is actually the highest one. But I know as times, as we go through, as we progress is what I'm trying to allude to. This will probably struggle. We're about to enter the bad times because we've got Source 2 coming out with CSGO. Technically, the beta's already out, so people are already focusing CSGO. But then we also have the CSGO major tournament just around the corner as well. So lots of skins are going to be badly affected. We are prepared for this. I've mentioned it already. So, yeah, we're going to see some prices go down. And then when prices pick up again, you bought them for cheap, you can sell them for a very nice profit. So, hey, I can take that. I know how the routine usually plays out. I can take it. I'm fine with it. Let's move on to the next thing. So the bulk of the buy orders here. Sorry, I forgot about that bit. This has a buy order right there at $1, slightly above $1, and then builds all the way up to about $1.60. Kind of, I stop at $1.70. So, yep, if you want it, if you wanted to buy this right now, you could easily get this for $2. If you put down a $2 buy order, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if you do end up buying it. Not surprised at all. So if you feel like you missed out on buying this and some of the other skins that we saw, you could easily just put down the highest buy order and you will buy them. And at the moment, it looks like you would be able to buy them for cheaper. Right, here we are. This is the Frog Cosplay Kilt. As I have said, we are anticipating, or rather, we speculate that we will see Frog Cosplay Tier 3 being submitted at some point in the future, but it's not going to happen soon. Why? What's happening? Easter. Easter's just around the corner. We have 2 weeks of Easter skins. People very likely will get impatient. That's something for us to worry about. So, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if they get, dumped onto these buy orders, but, if we do see that Frog Cosplay Tier 3 being submitted, the version 2, yeah, I think people probably start speculating and, doing some anticipation buyouts, and then if it does appear, Frog Cosplay, it will shoot up. Reactionary nature of the Rust economy. So, yeah. You reply. I just saw what you did, Micro. So, yep. With that, not surprised. A lot of people playing it safe, and then a lot of people kind of pushing it a little bit. As I said, 80 cents to 85 cents might be the play. I wouldn't be surprised if these people do pick up a reasonable amount. I'm not going to be surprised by that, because I still feel like a lot of people will be very impatient over the course of these next few weeks. But hey, maybe Emilio Frito will be making that Frog Cosplay Tier 3 and submit it at some point in April. But just be aware, 2 weeks of Easter are about to happen. And then, of course, we got the likes of the helmet here and the torso, and I'm not surprised they have less support in terms of how high the prices go, because, of course, kilt is more necessary, more demand. Why? Because this is needed. This is the only leg armor we have, right? So it's going to be used with the best loadout, the Tier 3 and the hoodie and the pants. So there is more demand for the kilt, and not surprised to see this has more requests to buy and requests buy orders going at a higher price. So cool stuff, cool stuff. Let's see what happens with the likes of Frog Cosplay. Now we have the drywall rug. This one was a weird one for me. I can't figure this out. I did see some more wallpaper designs being submitted in terms of rugs. So, people making skins, and, the intention is, oh, yeah, you put it on your wall instead. Now, please be aware, all right? They weren't accepted today. None of them were accepted today. But next week, Micro, you do bring up a very good point, Mr. Micro. We also didn't see the likes of pizza being accepted this week. But what's next week? What's next week? It's silly week, Mr. Micro. We very likely could be seeing some more silly skins being accepted, pizza being a notable one, and we very likely might see one more silly rug skin being accepted next week. Will it happen? I don't know, but I would say all of them would be silly or weird or outlandish to a point. I am probably not going to be surprised if that gets accepted next week, and if that does happen, does that kind of kill off the whole gimmick and fun behind the drywall rug? We shall see. But as of now, this was a $2.49 skin, I believe, and, well, the buy orders, they kind of die at $1.28. Yeah, that's not too surprising, is it? Not too surprising. Now, how many did this sell again? Let's just quickly remind ourselves. This only sold 14,500. Not too crazy, that. Not too crazy. But, yeah, not exactly super great. There's just no support for it. Yeah, we got buy orders at $1.12, but remember, this $2.49 skin, it's not really going anywhere. That might struggle. Wouldn't be surprised. And if we do see more gimmick rug skins being accepted, potentially next week or for the foreseeable future, this might end up losing a lot of steam and probably will just die off. It's not a nice thing to say, but we shall see. But rugs in general tend to do quite nicely. People always feel the need to have a rug. You get the idea. So I don't think it's going to be holding up well. We shall see. And then we've got the Deep Jungle AR. Not surprised to see that the bulk, well, pretty much all the buy orders are 70 cents and 90 cents. Like, people just don't see AK skins as good investments. We see far too many of them. We have far too many of them. It's just the way it is. With so many AK skins to choose from, they tend to not be very good investments, and you get the idea. Right, so yeah, bulk of the buy orders, 70, 90 cents there. That is cool. We've gone through all of these skins. Will they hold up nicely? We will have to find out. So yeah, that was just a nice little thing to show off. This is something that we'll have to be aware of in the future. When a Rust store is delayed, we will see the skins appear all together at another time. It doesn't matter if the rust store rotates, as we can see here. The skins all will appear together at the same time at a specific time, depending when the rust store eventually did rotate at. Sounds good? All good? All right, so let's see what happens over the course of the next few weeks, and Easter just around the corner. Cool. So that's pretty much everything that I needed to say, isn't it? So next week, I will point out, last week of the month, the last rotation of the month, tends to be the silly week. We are going to see some silly skins, I'm sure, next week. I think that's why pizza didn't appear this week. I reckon that's why it's going to appear next week instead. This was an early pick. This got, this jumped in instead of pizza. So this is all speculation. Nothing is 100% correct, but, we can predict trends and whatnot. All right, guys. So that's it. This is something we just need to be aware of in the future, and that was all of these skins. Let's see which ones potentially get boosted, bought out, which ones flourish, which ones potentially get continuations, and which ones work out well in the long term. So, yep, that's basically it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a lovely day, and let's see what comes out next week before all of the Easter stuff comes out. And please don't forget, please look at the workshop over the course of this weekend, because you're going to be seeing all of the Easter skins coming out. In fact, I could show you that right now. I believe the very first one has appeared. So we just go over to here, workshop, Easter, hello. Yeah, you're going to be, yeah, there we go. Mr. Kosem has unleashed the first Easter skin. It's the Easter chocolate furnace. There's going to be a lot of chocolate, and there's going to be a lot of chickens and whatnot. So be prepared.